Hi, getting started on YouTube is very, very hard. In fact, you may be thinking of starting a YouTube channel and you've been thinking of starting for years and years and years and years. I know. But you keep putting it off, right? Because you are so scared to put yourself out there. You have this fear of being seen. And I can completely relate to that. Because you know that when you are in the public domain and people are watching you, you know that they may say negative things about you. And you don't want to hear negativity, right? And you also know that you will be scrutinized, and you don't want to be scrutinized either. So there is a real fear of being seen. It's like on the one hand, we want to grow our channels, but on the other hand, we are scared to be seen. So it's quite a contrast. But I think it's normal to be scared of being seen. Because YouTube is such a huge platform, it has millions of people watching the platform. So you're potentially putting yourself up to be seen and to be critiqued by possibly millions of people. And that's overwhelming, right? So a lot of times people put off starting their channel. I know I did for a very long time. It was always something that would happen in the future, the very distant future, because I was scared. I was really, really scared. Getting started on YouTube is really hard because you also know that you have very slow initial growth. You have now taken the plunge and you started creating videos, and you are not seeing any new subscribers. People are hardly watching your videos. Here you thought you're going to publish your video and you're going to wake up the next morning and you're going to see thousands of views. And what happens instead? You wake up the next morning and maybe there's one or two or three, which you should be happy about, right? Because those are all human beings who have chosen to watch your videos. But maybe you had really huge, unrealistic expectations. I mean, a person can dream, right? But you then feel crushed about it. And then you start thinking, well, this YouTuber is doing this so well. Why am I not doing so well? And then you start playing the comparison game, which is a trap that you should not be part of. And it can feel really hard. It can be really difficult just getting started because you think, oh, I will have some level of success because I've started. Surely I will have a boost in people watching because I've put my content out there, right? But it doesn't work like that. Getting started on YouTube is also hard because you have to learn so many different things and it can feel really overwhelming. Maybe you haven't edited a video in your whole life before and now you have to edit your videos and you don't even know where to start. Like you think it's beyond you, because this is how I felt as well, because I didn't know how to edit videos, but I slowly learned. And then you think, well, I've got to think about lighting. I don't know about lighting in videos. And then you think, well, I don't have fancy equipment, but I'm filming using my phone. And then you think, well, I don't know how to research ideas for a video. And then you start feeling overwhelmed because, yes, you are geared. You really want to start a YouTube channel, but you don't know where to start from. It's too many things. And you don't understand half of it. You don't understand the importance of thumbnails yet. You don't understand the algorithm. What the heck is that? You don't understand what CPM and RPM is. And it can just feel like you think to yourself, no, let me not even start this because it's beyond me. It's too much for me to understand. I will take too long to learn all of these things. But the reality is you do learn because you learn as you go along. And that's the beauty of YouTube, that nobody's asking you to learn all of these things in one day. Even the big YouTubers are still learning things as they go along. It's also hard to start a YouTube channel because you have to create consistent videos, right? You can't just put one video and then put another video in 3 months' time. It has to be consistent. You should be uploading new videos quite often. And it's like you think, well, okay, I've started this channel now. I've put my heart and soul into this video. And now you expect me to create another video? This is just emotionally taxing, right? Because you've put your heart and soul into your videos, your first videos, And it was like it didn't shift anything. You hardly got any views, you hardly got any engagement, you didn't receive a single comment. And now you're expected to do this week after week after week. And you think, but how will I do that? How will I find the time? How will I make time to actually create consistent videos? You may think, I don't have the time. You may have a full-time job and then you have family commitments and you think, but how do I slot this in? And that's where scheduling and having your own deadlines come into play. And then you have the whole thing about monetization, right? So you're trying to get started on YouTube and you're finding it really hard because here you had all these YouTubers talking about there's so much money on YouTube, but you aren't seeing any money. There's no money coming to your bank account. Because for long form videos, it takes 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers over a period of 1 year. You have 1 year to get that amount. And that takes a lot of effort, a lot of time. So YouTube is not a quick get rich quick scheme. It definitely is not. It's a slow process. And maybe you thought it was going to be quicker. Maybe you thought you were going to be monetized in a few weeks. And it hasn't happened. So you've put aside your fear, you've started your YouTube journey, and it's harder than you thought. It's harder than you thought because you're putting in the effort and you aren't seeing any financial rewards. And that can also feel really stressful. So getting started on YouTube is also hard because you put out some videos and then you receive negative feedback. Obviously, your first videos are not going to be great. And sometimes people can be really harsh and post really nasty comments. And here you are starting your YouTube channel and you think, oh, people will be uplifting and encouraging. And to be honest, most people who watch YouTube are very uplifting and encouraging, but you have a few people who do write negative comments. And when you read them, you may feel really demotivated. You may think, I'm trying my very best. Why are you being so mean to me? And this can happen, and it can just make the whole process of YouTube harder for you because you have to also deal with negativity and trolls. So getting started on YouTube is hard because you also have to figure out analytics, right? Analytics show you how your videos are performing, etc. And when you go into the analytics tab, it may feel like utter nonsense to you because you may not understand what it all means. But again, you learn through time. So getting started on YouTube can feel overwhelming. It can feel like there are just too many moving parts and you don't actually know where to start and where to go to after your initial start. And it can feel like you aren't able to process all this information. Maybe it's too much information, or maybe it's just too much new information that you don't know whether you'll have enough time to understand it. But the truth is that you are able to learn this information. And nobody learns information in a day. They don't learn all about YouTube in a day. It is a gradual process. So really be kind to yourself, be patient with yourself, be understanding with yourself, be supportive of yourself that you are taking the step to be a YouTuber, to have your own YouTube channel, to put yourself out there, to be seen. Yes, to be seen. And you should pat yourself on the back because that's a job well done. That's something that you should be proud of, that you faced your fear and you did it anyway. So congrats to you. And let's learn together. Watch this video as well.